Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the weekend in 20th of May 2023. Finally up to date. Putin retrogresses as G7 coalesces to ease Zelensky's stress, while the press cause distress to the Sussexes. Erdogan's support is less. Nevertheless, he should still get success in the second contest. What WMO Express gets us all depressed. Are Tories getting in another mess? Ah, yes. Zelenskyy toured Europe to help him find the answer of how to eradicate the Russian cancer that has spread across the west and south of Ukraine, and last week was detected further west again. Zelenskyy's tour must have hurt Putin a tiny bit. Back in Kyiv, they felt the wrath of the tiny little git. In his tantrum of humiliation and pain, he once again took aim at the capital of Ukraine. The Kremlin cowards' attempt to look hard meant Kyiv received another futile bombardment. 18 out of 18 missiles intercepted. You're a loser, Putin, just accept it. Your special operation has failed, mate. Up to now all you've got is a bloody stalemate. And Vladdy, baby, don't cry when we warn you. The spring offensive is round the corner. But of course it wouldn't make much sense if Zelenskyy named the precise date of the offensive. From Europe, Zelenskyy, the indefatigable man, headed to the G7 summit in Japan, where in the poignant setting of Hiroshima he found support for Ukraine was never keener. For 20 years in Turkey, Recep Erdogan, as PM and then President, has been the main man. But as Sunday's vote counting was drawing near, his future as leader was looking unclear. Indeed, the weakest it's been for many a year. When an iron fist is removed, people look on in fear. What disharmony in Turkey may lurk in a fortnight with the second vote of the Turks. The Tories' local elections annihilation had got lost somewhere in the King's high elation. But losing 1,061 council seats was an unforgettable, painful defeat. And 10 days on, Tories didn't sit on the fence at the National Conservatism Conference. Sunak didn't attend, he didn't get an invite. The NatCon is a place much further to the right. Home Secretary Braverman stole the show. Her words in the Bournemouth chamber echoed. Trump voters from the US were in the assembly, and some more moderate Tories are getting trembly. With an election 18 months down the road, Labour will be hoping the Tories implode. But for many, Suella's words don't cause offence, they just articulate old-fashioned common sense. The World Meteorological Organization this week reached a stark realization. Many a climate scientist has been known to say, Armageddon predictions of Armageddon every day. But this week, serious tidings to us were brought that the tide is changing sooner than we thought. In Paris in 2015, it was agreed to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees above the levels of pre-industrialization, and it was signed by 196 world nations. Now we're told that the threshold will be breached. As early as 2027 it could be reached. But experts say it should soon dip back below because some of the rise will be due to an El Niño. On the same topic, floods meant the Italian F1 was cancelled this week for the safety of everyone. AI is a topic that now dominates many intellectual conversations and debates. The cons for some are, for others, pros, like ChatGPT's ability to create prose. A pro for a student, for a teacher, a con. For many scared humans, we ask, what's going on? Some organisations say, let's take it steady. Progress should happen only when we're ready. Others say, let's move forward full throttle. Embrace it, let's face it, the genie's out the bottle. This week the discussion accelerated when telecom giants BT communicated their intention to shed 55,000 staff due in part to an AI-driven jobs bloodbath. So let's ask the robots for their insight. One day we'll rule humans if you program us right. A story that should have been all about success for the embattled Duke and Duchess of Sussex ended in a near-catastrophic car crash, though the police say this description is rather rash. After coming out of an awards evening in New York, the couple said they were victims of a high-speed stalk. On Tuesday, they were chased by paparazzi while riding in the back of a yellow taxi. At the Ziegfeld Theatre, Manhattan, earlier on, Meghan had received a prestigious gong, and she gave a speech as a woman of vision before entering the trail of near collisions. A woman of vision, but was her vision blurred when it came to the chase and what had occurred? Certainly the NYPD's version didn't concur, which caused the inevitable media stir. And again, Harry and Meghan took a slating from many tabloids for exaggerating. Perhaps those journalists should take a breath and recall the circumstances of Diana's death. Harry left England partly to avoid just this, an irony that on many is not missed. He was trying to get away from the UK press, but it seems it might be worse in the US. Perhaps a car crash describes this whole tragic mess.